Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here as we get an early start to our holiday season with our Christmas concert. And not only do we get to do that, we get to celebrate all of the hard work and efforts of our wonderful middle school choir students and also our 5th and 6th grade bands. And today we are going to start with the very first performance of our 5th grade beginners. And so they'll do a tuning note, and they're going to start tonight, or start this afternoon with Jingle Bells. Okay, and now they're official band students. They got their first song under their belt. I can't even tell you how proud I am of how far these kids have come this year. So where are my beginning band parents? And they were kind of scattered throughout. So of course they started over summer school, and then they come back in September, and they forget a lot of stuff between summer and September. Oh, believe me. And so I was going to use kind of the clarinet as an example here. So when they first learn how to play an instrument, the clarinet has 7 pieces to put together. So they have to figure out how to put it all together, and it's got to be aligned properly. And then it's like I have to hold it this way, put my hands here. And then it has to go on my mouth, and my top teeth have to do this, but my bottom lip has to do that. And then I have to tongue my notes. And we haven't even gotten to the sheet music yet, because they have to read all their rhythms, and they have to read all their pitches. And now we're getting Italian music terms. And then Mr. Ice on top of it, I tell them how to sit. I tell them when to breathe. Do I micromanage you guys? Yeah, I do. And it's a lot. And so at the beginning of the school year, it can sometimes be overwhelming. And as you can hear, over time, they just become more comfortable, and they can simultaneously juggle so many things. And then it's not just enough to know your part. They have to be able to do it, and do it as a team. And so that's one of the things that we've been doing. So really proud of these kids and how they're doing. And I'm just really excited to have this concert with them today. So we're going to move on to a nice carol called Jolly Old Saint Nick. And when these beginners started over the summer, they just started off with 3 notes. So you heard a lot of like hot cross buns and stuff like that. And then they gradually expanded to 5 notes. And you heard things like Merrily We Roll Along, and you heard Jingle Bells. And that last one included a 6th note. And recently in class, there's a few of them that have been learning a 7th note. And so they just start gradually expanding their range on the instrument and able to accomplish more songs. So in class, we're gonna feature a new instrument today that we sort of invented. So the flutes, we have a whole smattering of them this year, and they've been a ton of fun, and they're a great team. And we've invented something called a super flute. So super flutes, assemble. So they're just gonna do just the flute section. They're gonna do Good King Wenceslas for us. So they gotta get super close. And this is the one song I told them it's okay if they don't use really good posture. So. And great job, flutes. And we're going to do another carol. This one's not printed in the program because we actually added this one this morning. We're going to have our baritones play, and Caden's going to jump in on the trombone. So they're going to do, we have a caroling packet that we were working from, and they wanted to work a little bit ahead and do Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So I'm going to count them off, and we'll have our baritones and one of our trombones do some Hark the Herald Angels Sing for us. And that song was like 8 notes, so they've really been looking ahead in their book and learning new things on their own. So great job by Lexi, Luca, and Caden back there. And for our final piece here, we're going to do, as the entire band again, we're going to do Angels We Have Heard on High. Doesn't that one just warm the heart? Just like the fifth grade, I also can't tell you how proud I am of this sixth grade also. A little bit of a fun fact. So you remember our snow day from last week, right? That actually came into play when it came to preparation for our concert because I wasn't going to tell you before this first tune. This group is actually two separate classes to start the year. So the woodwinds are their own class, and then the brass and percussion are their own class. And so we were supposed to get together for the first time last Wednesday to put all of our music together, and we missed that day. So they've played together as a full class last Thursday and then today. And just absolutely wonderful job. And you can kind of hear the progression. So when they're in fifth grade, they start off with a lot of just like unison things together, and they're expanding their range, expanding their abilities. And then they get into sixth grade, and different sections start to do different things. And if you're a musician, you are at entrances on beat 2 and beat 4, and so you're entering at all different points in the measure, and so they have to count. That's their favorite word right now, count. So their best word. And really been doing a great job of it. And we're going to move on with our second tune here called Not So Silent Night. So it's kind of a blending of, you're going to hear, it's very loosely based on Silent Night, but you're going to hear a really, really mean little brass section do some God Rest You Merry Gentlemen in there. And so this one's meant to sound a little bit more dissonant. So this is called Not So Silent Night. Sixth grade, I'm proud of you. This is great. So one of the things that they also use as a tool to help themselves, because once you're in sixth grade, it's not just about knowing your own part anymore. You have to know everybody else's parts. So they were great about utilizing Google Classroom, studying some recordings, and playing along with those, and just doing everything that they needed to do to be prepared today. So we're going to move on to our final piece here, and this was kind of our, I'm going to call it our stretcher tune. It's called Blizzard's Fury. So this isn't meant to sound like a nice Christmas song or anything like that. So I enjoy it. So it's again, a more of aggressive piece, and woodwinds learned how to trill in here, and percussion learned some new techniques. Brass learned how to trill too. So it's really a lot of fun. It's a little, I'm going to call it, it's a little wild. So we hope you enjoy Blizzard's Fury. And after the bands, we will exit them from the stage, and we'll start bringing in our choirs. So stay tuned. We're missing a guest musician on this one, so we'll just stay tight and wait for them. So if you're not familiar with how the schedule works here, so this was it last year too. So 5th and 6th grades, what they do is they in the fall they're 2 separate classes. You have the woodwinds, brass and percussion, and then when spring comes around, then you get everybody together all at the same time and all that other good stuff. So the next time you're going to hear this group play is going to be in March when we have our Music in Our Schools concert. So make sure you bookmark that as well. And I also gave all these students too, they have in their folders, they have some Christmas Carol packets. So if you are getting close to the holidays, at any time you can tell them just grab out their instrument in their packet and they should be able to play some wonderful carols for you. So we'll have all of those. So just give us one moment here and we'll be back with our last tune once we get our guest musician. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I almost said evening. Good afternoon. Hi, I'm Mrs. Witter. Or some of you may have deleted my emails as Twitter, so don't do that. But welcome. Happy to be here and work with your beautiful children. They're so great. They're strong musicians, they're smart kids, and they're singers, which makes me super happy. So I'm going to welcome up our first speaker. So I'm going to invite Nora to come on up. The choir meets once a week on Fridays, and we've had a lot of Fridays that we haven't had school. So when we get together, we work hard. So you'll hear the fruits of our labor this afternoon. So here's Nora. Really nice and close for me, okay?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Valders choral music part of our concert. We invite you to join us on a musical journey through the winter season filled with warmth, joy, and celebration. Our first piece is a cheerful and lively round. The composer's grandfather and great uncle were composers too. Each year, their family Christmas card included a newly composed Christmas carol. The granddaughter has continued this family tradition. Here is one of her famous Christmas card carols called Come In, Come In.
Singing rounds help us to develop independence and sing in harmony. Next, we have a piece that describes a winter scene and the challenges that a good old Wisconsin cold snap can have on us. Here is Cold Snap.
Frost is falling and dusting the trees. As the frost settles and the day turns to night, we take a moment to reflect on one of the most beloved and peaceful songs of the season, Silent Night. Our 8th grade choir will help us begin how the song was first intended to be sung in the composer's native language of German.
From quiet reflection, we now turn to a jubilant celebration. This piece, partially sung in Latin, commemorates the birth of Christ. Its lively rhythms and joyful melodies remind us of the reason for the season. Please enjoy Hodie Christus Natus Est. Christ is born today.
Finally, we welcome the magic of the season's first snowfall. Listen closely as the music captures the wonder and excitement of snow gently falling from the sky. Our final piece tonight will be a winter favorite. Here comes the snow.
Thank you for joining.
That's a pretty big height difference, huh? All right, be right on top of me.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope these songs have filled your hearts with the joy, peace, and wonder of the season. From all of us in the Valders Middle School Music Department, we wish you a happy holiday season and a wonderful new year.
All right, good afternoon. We have a full house, which is awesome. I'd like you to thank you for coming out, braving the cold, and supporting your musicians. Let's give them another round of applause. If you look at your program, there are many benefits to music, even more than what's in your program. So thank you for having your son or daughter involved in music. Please continue to have them involved in music because it is so good for them. I'd like to thank the people that spoke. Nice job. Let's give them another round of applause. It takes a lot for a 5th and 6th grader to get up in a full house here and speak, so nice job there. Thank you, Mr. Ice. He's to my left here. Mr. Stone, Mrs. Witter, come on out, don't be shy, for preparing the students for our concert today. Let's give them a big round of applause. And then we had about 20 students that performed with the high school at the Capitol Civic Center. Hopefully most of you got to see that. That was the first time. Hopefully it'll continue. That was awesome to be a part of that. So thank you for those of you that were in that. Nice job. You sounded great. All right, and you are welcome to take home your son or daughter as long as you check out with their Viking time teacher. All right, so you're welcome to take them home. If not, they can go home on the bus or other way they go home. Nice job again, 5th and 6th grade. We have a concert tonight at 6 o'clock, or some 8th grade. You're welcome to come back. Thank you and have a great holiday season.